here we are in spring. Happy spring. Made it through the winter. Things are definitely starting to bloom. I am all kinds of allergy driven right now, and I'm on all kinds of allergy meds to help with that. But let's talk some fantastic books to read during the spring. Welcome to this House of Walls. My name is Ashley. On this channel, I love to share all things homeschooling and books. Today is books. I also have, it's getting a glare from my ring light, this adorable mug that I found in the middle of winter. I think it was like around Christmas time, and thought I need that mug, and so bought it and put it aside, but I just pulled it out to have a nice little latte. So I'm going to take a sip of that, and let's start talking books that I'm going to just have available to read this spring. I have off to the side here a stack of 10 books that I am just planning on putting on my book cart and grabbing and picking up kind of whenever I feel like it. Even though most months do have like a set TBR, I am still very much so a mood reader, and to be able to pick up some books and just kind of read them whenever is a nice thing to have. So let's start with the first book here. This is the only one that is part of a series. I have something else going on with series that I'm going to post in a video next week. So look out for that if you are interested in doing maybe like a series bingo with me. But this one, I didn't really want to go on that series bingo because it does take place in spring, and that is Twilight Falls. This is the third book in the Shady Hollow mystery series by Juno Black. I just read book 2 and I enjoyed it. They are not huge in-depth mystery books. It's a little town that instead of humans, it's all animals. So I've been enjoying this, and it's kind of a nice break from some of the heavier reading that I've been doing. So this one, it does follow maybe like a star-crossed romance between two characters in the town. So this one will be a good one. My next, I picked up at a little free library maybe sometime like last year and just didn't get to it. But I thought this would be a good one. It's called Honeybee, and it is just a collection of poetry. I don't even know what the poetry is about. Oh, interesting. You are not defined by the people you walk away from. You are not defined by the people who walk away from you. Interesting. My next two in the stack are more kind of lighthearted. Would be kind of nice to pick them up and read them during the spring. So the first is The Last Chance Library by Freya Sampson. This has been on some TBRs of mine before, and I really do want to pick it up and try it. It has been on my shelf for way too long, but it does look like it's in a kind of sleepy English village where the local library is probably going to be closed down, but somebody comes out of her shell to fight for it. So I think that one will be a good spring book. Colors of the cover totally give me spring vibes. I don't know about where you live, but where I live, we get a lot of rain in the spring. It's notorious for wet springs. So Weather Girl by Rachel Lynn Solomon looks like spring weather. So I think that this is going to be kind of a rom-com. The back says a TV meteorologist and a sports reporter scheme to reunite their divorced bosses in unforecasted results in this electrifying romance. So we'll see. I don't really know what to classify this last stack of books as, other than I just kind of went through my shelves and either the covers or the time that they're set in or just something about it made me want to put it on this list. So I have The Beautiful Ones by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. So first it was the cover that drew me in, very spring vibes. But then on the back, it does say that it does take place in the spring as somebody is trying to rise through the ranks of social status. So that one I think will be a good one. I have never read anything by this author. I have at least one other on my shelf from her, and I definitely want to check it out. All right, I'm back. I had to pause, so obviously you didn't see that. And then I forgot to press play again. So, I think I am where I left off, but let's get back on track. This next book, the reason that I picked it up is the giant bee on it, and it just gives me some spring vibes. It is a heavier book though. This does take place in southern United States during slavery, and you are following a woman who is a slave, and during all of those heart-wrenching times. I had this on my TBR in February, I believe, and I just wasn't able to get to it. It's not that long of a book, and I think I can even find it on audio, so I'll have to double check. But I would really like to pick this up and read it and learn from it, all of those wonderful things. My next book, I really don't know if it takes place in the spring. There are not really any there's no flowers on the cover, but it is pink, and so I thought, what the heck, let's put it on. But this is Lovely War by Julie Berry. So this combines historical fiction and fantasy, so I believe that it takes place in between World War I and II, and brings in some fantastical elements. It is, on the back it says it is a teen book, which tends to be a little hit or miss with me, but I would like to pick it up and try it. While that book does not have any spring vibes on the cover other than the color, this one screams spring, so I'm trying to get it without the glare. Let's try there. Okay, absolute spring cover. This is Tom Lake by Ann Patchett. I have not read anything by Ann Patchett yet. Definitely want to. I do have another book of hers on my shelf, but this one really screams spring. The inside cover says that it is a beautiful, moving novel about family, love, and growing up. I love a good family drama kind of novel. And this one, the audio is read by Meryl Streep, so I thought that would be fun. And my next is another good family-driven book, and that is Hello Beautiful by Anne Napolitano. Her last name throws me every single time that I have to say it, but again, it's just kind of giving me spring vibes, and it does deal with family. So it's described as a profoundly moving portrait of what is possible when we choose to love someone, not in spite of who they are, but because of it. So that sounds great. And then my last book to talk about for spring books that I want to read is The Secret Book of Flora Lee by Patty Callahan Henry. So this, I think, starts in 1939 in England, following two sisters, but one of them goes missing. And then it picks up after the war, and one of the sister that's not missing finds a book that had belonged to the missing sister, and kind of goes from there. So, another great spring-looking book. All right, let me see if I can hold them all up. I don't know that you guys care if I hold up the books or not. I have fun trying to see if I can hold them up. Ta-da! So, I am really excited to get to these. Will I get to all of them? Absolutely not. A lot of these will probably be going back on my shelf, and that's okay. I just like having the option to pick them up and read them if I want to. On that note, I am going to go drink some more coffee and put these onto my book cart to start reading hopefully very soon. If you like these types of videos or anything else that I post here on this channel, please make sure to like and subscribe down below, and I will be back for more soon.